England are not trying to stop Norway. England only want to stop Haaland for 1 second, because Norway do not have to keep you under control for 90 minutes. They do not have to have the ball. They do not even have to look better than you for most of the match. Norway only need one thing, very simple. One right pass, one gap, one run, and Haaland. That is exactly where the direction of the game changes. And for England, this match becomes a frightening dream. Because when you look at it from the outside, England look like a stronger and more unbeatable team. They have more stars. They have more experience. They have many players like Bellingham in midfield who can change the game. They have a very experienced leader like Kane in attack. They have speed, creativity, and one-on-one threat on the wings. So England can come into this match with the feeling of, we are the better team. But in a World Cup quarter-final, thinking you are the better team can get you defeated, because in front of you, there is not an ordinary simple striker. In front of you, there is a player who can disappear for the whole match and suddenly change the entire story. Haaland showed this against Brazil. Brazil thought they could control him for a long time. Marquinhos and the defensive line did not let him breathe for 80 minutes. But that tiny, ordinary positional mistake in the 81st minute was enough for mighty Brazil to say goodbye to the cup. Because while he looks like he is completely asleep inside the match, he is actually only watching his prey become physically tired. But the problem is this. The moment you think you are controlling Haaland is usually one of the most dangerous moments. Because he does not have to look like he is constantly playing throughout the match. He does not have to create magic with the ball. He does not have to drop into midfield and control the game. His game is much simpler and much more brutal. He waits. He waits for the defense to move toward him. He waits for the centre-back to take one wrong position. He waits for the midfield to give Ødegaard half a meter of space. And then suddenly, he runs. Everything becomes harder for England. Defending Haaland only inside the box is not enough. Because when the ball reaches him, you may already be too late. The real issue is cutting the game before the ball reaches him. If Ødegaard turns comfortably, Haaland runs. If Norway's wingers collect the second balls, Haaland suddenly appears in the box. If England's defense steps forward for one moment too long, Haaland runs in behind. If they sit back for one moment too long, Norway crosses the ball. So the thing England need to solve is not just one footballer. It is a trap. Norway's plan is not very complicated. Survive. Stay compact. Wait for the opponent to become impatient and catch Haaland at the right moment. It is that simple. But sometimes in tournaments, the simplest plan can turn into the scariest plan, because England can have the ball. They can dominate the game very well. They can take more shots. They can win more corners. But if the score is still 0-0, Norway are still alive. And if Norway are alive, Haaland is still waiting. The biggest danger for England is panic, because the thought of "we are the better team" can turn into huge pressure as the match goes on. Every missed chance makes Haaland's next run feel more frightening. Every set piece feels heavier. Every empty space puts the same question into the mind of England's defense. Is it now? That is why Haaland's impact is not just scoring goals. It is getting into the opponent's mind, forcing the defense to stay deeper, making centre-backs constantly look behind them, making the midfield afraid to take risks, and changing the atmosphere of a match all by himself. That is why the question in this match is not, are England better than Norway? Probably yes. The real question is this: can England finish the match without giving Haaland a single chance for 90 minutes? Because Norway's World Cup dream is not built on beautiful football. It is built on trying to stop Haaland. Even if Pickford becomes a giant in goal, even if Bellingham leaves not a single inch of the pitch untouched, that cold Scandinavian shadow will keep wandering over the field. Football can sometimes truly be unfair, and Erling Haaland is the most perfect, most brutal weapon ever invented for that unfairness. And if England cannot stop that 1 second, everything they do throughout the match could go to waste. If you like this content, please subscribe. The next one will be even better.